Mr. DJ Rose, Verkeezy, and C's. Welcome you to the No More Black Tears podcast.
Black tears that's heaven sent. Barack the first black president. I love my black skin. I love walking in black excellence. Black power, let's represent. All black, that's evident. I'm sure MLK and Malcolm X both didn't die for the hell of it. Strap a seatbelt, go and settle land. What makes you think that we would sell our land? We wouldn't sell out now. What makes you think that we would go ahead and try to sell out then? No more black tears, black on black kids. Love us as is, love with passion. Paying black bills, learning black skills, making black meals. Black is backing. Big shout out to Fred Hampton. I'm black and proud like I'm James Brown, but I ain't doing no acting. My people here from the motherland. This podcast now active.
No More Black Tears, we back in the building. Me and Verkeezy. You know what I'm saying? All happened in the week.
So this week in sports, we're gonna start with the NBA playoffs. You know, we've had a couple interesting series so far. Most series are on their third game, so a lot of them are going to the fourth game. Some of the series that have caught my eye so far, that T-Wolves Nuggets series, I think you and me both, Rose, have said that was probably the best series in the first round. And it's so interesting. What makes the NBA playoffs so exciting is these are 7-game series. So after game one, it just seemed like, okay, the Nuggets is going to win this series. It might go 5 or 6, but the T-Wolves don't really have a chance. The Nuggets just seem like the superior team. But then what happened? Game two, we see the T-Wolves just lock up the Nuggets. And I can't remember the player, but I think it might have been Jaden McDaniels. Mm-hmm. He says, you know, hey man, offensively, we attacking all them niggas. Them niggas can't play defense. We ain't worried about none of them. And then game three, what happens, bro? Hey, that nigga dropped 20 points. Jokic plays bad, horrible defensively. And then now we're talking about Rudy Gobert, game 2 and game 3. He's looking like the full-time defense player of the year, which I'm be honest, I felt like historically, my brother TTK, he always shits on Rudy Gobert. Hey, you don't win for defense player of the year by accident. Like, I always felt like Rudy was a great defender, but in this series, he's actually looking like one of the premier defenders in the league, man. So this is a very interesting series, and I'm not going to lie. If the T-Wolves can hold on and win this series, whether it's 6 games or 7 games, it's going to really shake up the playoffs, because if the Spurs can win their series, people probably wasn't expecting a Spurs T-Wolves series, and we'll see how that go. And then also, man, that the Hawks Knicks, you know, I picked the Hawks to win that series, but I did not expect CJ Crum to look the way he's looking. Like, he's averaging 27 points in the 3 games against the Knicks. You know, he's going off in the fourth quarter. He hit basically a game winner, a go-ahead bucket the other night last night to basically win that game. And, you know, hopefully the Hawks can hold on and win this series. Because shout out to CJ McCollum. I was telling my brother earlier today, Rose, he's been in the league for about a decade now, if not longer than a decade. He's been this level of play the whole time. And he's had great playoff games. It's just that he was playing with Damian Lillard, who would have better playoff games. But I'll never forget that playoff game. Remember that playoff game when they beat the Nuggets? I think it was a game 6 or 7. It was a game 7 where McCollum dropped 40 points to eliminate the Nuggets. Like, people don't even talk about that game like that. But if that would have been a different play, we talk about that game more. Like, so he's showed us that he's this level of playoff performer, man. Like, those 2 series definitely are, you know, very, very interesting. And then just the last series that is kind of like surprised me. If I had to give you one series, that Pistons Magic. I didn't expect the Magic to look good like they did game 1. You know, Cade and the boys came back game 2. We're going to see what they do in game 3, how that goes. But, you know, they're really showing that these are 2 young teams. And the only thing I'm taking away from this series, I'm be honest, if this goes 6 games, I don't know if the Pistons are going to get to the Eastern Conference Finals the way everyone think they will, because this was a series that people felt like they should have handled easily. And the Pistons are showing that, at least in that game 1, they have some holes offensively. The offense is, and I said this when I had made the argument for Cade for being league MVP a couple months ago. It's so Cade-centric that if Cade is not doing what he's supposed to do, is there someone else who can get that bucket? Like, yeah, Jalen Duren can score, but he can really score off of being facilitated to. can someone actually create their own offense? Like when you're watching the Hawks, we see McCollum getting his own bucket. We see Kuminga get his own bucket. We're seeing Jalen Johnson get his own bucket. And in the playoffs, that's the reason why a lot of people are picking the Celtics to go to the finals. When you can have multiple bucket getters, that makes it very hard for teams to stop you.
Yeah, the first game, the Orlando game, that's one of the series I just wanted to watch because I just wanted to watch see if Pablo was going to come because last year in the playoffs he did pretty good in the playoffs and he's playing okay. He played okay this year, but he was disappointing. So that was one of the ones I wanted to see. And so far they've been doing it's been some good games. You know what I'm saying? It's been some good games and the Knicks Atlanta game, those games have been down to the wire each game, exciting to watch. Happy for Atlanta. Hopefully we can figure it out. I didn't want to go against the Knicks, and this watching the first game and the second game, the Knicks it's like Atlanta is trying like hard. Like you watching the games, like you can tell Atlanta is playing their hardest they can play. And the Knicks are it seems like the Knicks are lollygagging and they're still in the games. But that lollygagging is catching up with them because they lost 2 games by 1 point. That lollygagging, you got to play just as hard as they're playing. And you just can't turn the switch on and think short Jalen Brunson is going to just take y'all to the promised land. No, they showed yesterday like we gonna lock you up. Then I was surprised the Houston is looking as bad as they're looking. Even though the first game they didn't have KD, but second game he was back. I didn't even think the Lakers were going to get out the first round.
Man, I'm trying to tell you.
Especially, but they look like they might pull it out.
I don't know, man. I don't know if that's even a good thing. And your prize for getting out the first round is OKC.
Exactly. That's why we needed the 3 seed.
Yeah, because now if we got a chance to face the T-Wolves or the Spurs.
Yeah, we can work with that.
Yeah, but OKC looking. Woo.
You can't work with that.
Got Devin Booker complaining to the refs. I've been in the league this long. I ain't never done this before.
Nah, he needed to complain to the ref. That was a bull crap right there. That was a bull crap. They called that T on him. He didn't even do nothing. He didn't even do nothing. He's like, man, I don't know if they were just trying to give the OKC more points just to get them out, just get the Suns out the building real quicker.
Probably.
But he deserved that T. But that was crazy.
Had some parlays, man.
So and did you see the alien Vic?
Oh, he get concussed.
Fall on his face.
Boy, that shit
went to sleep.
Yeah, but he went to sleep for a good 5 seconds now.
It went to sleep.
Like that
nigga laid down, arms together and all.
They went to sleep now.
Took a little nap, and then he tried to get up. Like, oh no, hold on now. I need a little time.
But I ain't gonna lie, that just let me know how bad the Blazers are. Cause you still barely beat them niggas. Hey, y'all supposed to take off on them boys.
Man, they had to come back.
That's what I'm saying. They were supposed to take off on them boys.
Man, the Spurs, they still good. So it's like, but no, so they're going to, and then they came back and won. I was surprised the Blazers still won. I was surprised. I was like, huh? They won.
I was surprised when I saw that the Spurs had like a 12 or 13 point lead. I was surprised they lost it.
Yeah.
But if you would have told me going into the game, Vic was going to play 6 minutes, I'd have been like, well, they should win.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think he's going to be out game 3, but he should be probably back game 4, but we never know. We never know.
He out game 3, but they had that nigga on prize picks earlier today.
Oh, so he's going to play game 3?
And sometimes niggas be on prize picks, then they take them off, but they had him on prize picks earlier today, like around 2, 3 o'clock. They had him on prize picks.
Okay, well, I hope he plays then.
And they didn't have him like at no low shit. They had him at like some high shit. And typically when they have you at like a high bar, they expect you to play. Now, if it's questionable, if you normally at like, let's say 35.5, they might have you at 24.2.
So hopefully he plays. I don't want to see him missing in time.
Oh, nah, me neither, man. Because I was excited to watch that game 1 he had. At 35, he dropped. At 21 in the first half. Yeah, man, that's what I think fans been wanting to see all year. They've been wanting to see Vic get unleashed.
Yeah, but the series, if it goes I had Denver going to the finals, but if Minnesota beats Denver, that's gonna be a series. The two faces of the league, Vic and Ant Man.
What about SGA?
The best
The
player.
two faces of the league.
They're the two faces of the league. They ain't the best player in the league.
Yeah, true.
You know, he got put out in the play-in game.
Yeah, he did.
In the second quarter, he only had 6 points. So, but they the two faces. but
hey man, when he asked them 6 points, he said, "Man, I can get 83 again."
Hey, it's hard to get 80.
Oh,
yeah, but that's all I had on those games, man.
Hey man, moving on to the NFL, man. So, the draft happened yesterday, and before the draft, a couple days before the draft, Dexter Lawrence, who requested a trade, probably like a day or two after he requested that trade, Rose, Giants said, "Get the fuck out of here," and they traded that nigga to Cincinnati for the 10th overall pick. I was shocked because Dexter Lawrence is a good player. I don't know if I'm the Bengals. Let me put it like this: if I'm the Bengals, I don't give up the 10th overall pick for someone like him because my defensive line is bad. So I don't feel like he really takes us to another level. Now, if I'm the Ravens, if I'm the Bills, if I'm Chicago, if I'm the 49ers, if I'm a team who feel good about my defensive line, hell, even if I was the Texans, that they got a pretty good defensive line, or the Patriots, then I probably make that trade and I just continue to bolster it because I'd rather have a player like that. But like it was a good trade for the Giants because you got the 10th overall pick and they end up drafting offensive lineman with that pick. So it was good because of the potential they could have had with it. From the Bengals, I mean, they just so bad defensively. I guess, fuck it, man. We got to try something, man. Let's get a proven player over a unknown commodity in the draft. Me personally, man, give me the unknown commodity because Dexter Lawrence on that particular team, I don't think it's going to change my life.
Yeah, and they gave him an extension, 1 year extension.
Now, if they would have kept Trey Hendrickson, I would have liked the trade. Let me keep that real. But you traded Trey Hendrickson? Well, my bad. You not re-signing him and then making that trade? I ain't feeling it.
Yeah. I don't know, man, but the person that the Giants got for him, we'll talk about it in a little bit, but yeah, when I seen the trade, I'm like, okay, Bengals, and he was so excited to go to the Bengals. I said, so you went to being bad blue to bad orange?
Exactly, bro.
Hey, where to float your boat? I would rather be in New York than Cincinnati, but
if I'm not gonna make the playoffs, yeah, let me be in New York City.
Yeah, but I know
it costs be lower in Cincinnati.
Yeah, I'm about to say it costs more to live in New York City, but
and they paid them.
Yeah, but hey,
man. So right before we get to the draft, man, let's talk about the Falcons. For one of the Falcons' first round picks last year, James Pearce Jr., who both me and Rose had as a defensive rookie of the year because he was that talented. Apparently, after all the charges he got, with the stalking and the running the police over and all the time he was looking at, apparently he's entered a plea deal to do a pretrial court intervention program that's supposed to last 6 months. I want to say by the time it ends, because he's supposed to start it this week and next week. By the time he gets out of it, the season should be basically underway, so he should be ready to play. But most likely, he's probably going to be suspended some games. I'm just going to be real. But he will be still in the league if they approve this deal. What's your thoughts on it, Rose?
Hey, man, I'm happy for it. You know what I'm saying? But it's so crazy that he could do all of this and be like, "Hey, we're just gonna slap you on the wrist because guess what? You're good at football." And I ain't mad at because he's on my team, so I ain't mad. But the precedent that it's a bad look though. I just think it's a bad look because if it was a normal Joe, I don't think they're giving them this chance to do what they're giving James Pearce to do, and that's what makes it sad because everybody deserves a second chance, yes, but everybody doesn't always get a second chance. But if you got money, you're almost guaranteed a second chance.
You might get a fourth and a fifth chance.
Yeah.
As a Falcons fan, I'm just gonna be honest. People ain't gonna want to hear this. I'm ecstatic, man, because he's a hell of a player. He can really help our team. Hey man, I'm cool if he gets suspended 6 games. I ain't gonna lie. If he gets suspended 10 games, I'm cool with that because I don't want to waste a first round pick. So even if we only get him for like 7 games this year, hey, as long as we can have him going forward, I'm happy with that. But to your sentiments, it is crazy, man. Because the stuff he did, well, that nigga supposed to be behind bars for at least a year and a half. He supposed to be locked up, man. You ran over a police officer. You paying to be beat on this bitch, and this is a famous bitch too. This ain't no just regular hood bitch. This is a bitch that played in the W. What that one bitch say? We from the W. Like yeah, you beat on a bitch from the W. The W. Come on, man. Like that shit crazy, man. My only thing I'll say. I don't know if he got his father in his life. I don't know if his mother. Hell, even if it's just a homeboy or a sibling. Then somebody talk to this nigga and just tell this nigga, yo, you got a chance to change your life, my nigga, and get millions of dollars and do things you never thought you could do. Don't go crazy over no pussy that's mediocre, man. Because I'm telling you, in the next 10 years, you're going to fuck bitches way better than Makia Jackson. And you're going to be looking back. When you're 30-something years old, you know what he's going to do, Rose? He's going to be looking back and be like, I can't believe I crashed out over that bitch. So chill the fuck out, bro. Get your shit together. Worry about football and leave all that other bullshit alone. Moving on to the NFL draft. Man, hey, first round was amazing. Night 2 is underway. It's already been a couple picks in the second round, man. You know, what's some things from the NFL draft that caught your eye? In fact, we're going to start with Mendoza because that was the number 1 overall pick, and he was projected to go number 1. What you thought about him going number 1?
Yeah, man. I hope he does good. And I hope he gets to play this year, man. So Kirk can stop robbing people. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm tired of that dude robbing people. He already robbed us. He robbed Atlanta. Now he went to Vegas. He about to rob them too. You know what I'm saying? But I'm tired of him robbing people. I hope he plays so well that they can cut Kirk Cousins. You know what I'm saying? But I'm tired of Kirk Cousins robbing people. I'm still upset about that. But because he was supposed to be our savior, and he didn't save us at all.
Niggas are always looking for a white man to save them.
Yeah, looking for somebody. And especially when you're in Atlanta, we need help.
Yeah, man, help me. Hey, man, it was the only pick they could make. To be honest, you had the number 1 pick. The only other option that you had if you the Raiders is the only other option besides drafting Mendoza. Trade. If you wasn't going to trade the number 1 pick, Rose, then that was the only pick you could make because probably the best player in the draft is probably Jeremiah Love. Where you just drafted Genty, so I can't even justify you going Jeremiah Love, even though I think he's a better running back probably than Genty because you just did that, man. So this was the only move you could make. Now, I will say this. He's going there. You got Genty, who I think is a decent running back. You got Brock Bowers, who everyone at this paper thing is the best tight end in the league. Hopefully they draft some receivers in this draft and get him some help. There's talent there. And Kirk Cousins, to your point, is going to play initially, man. So he'll get to sit behind Kirk, and we'll see how that goes. Now that we got the obvious pick out of the way, there was a lot of surprises in the draft. What was your favorite pick in the draft, and what was the most surprising pick in the draft?
My 2 favorite picks was probably Bane going to the Bucks and Tate going to the Titans. Those are my 2 favorite picks. The most surprising pick was Ty Simpson going to the Rams and Mansour D-Lane going to the Chiefs. The Chiefs trading up to get him. Those are my surprises. You know what I'm saying? And also one more surprise. There was 2 running backs taken in the first round, and both of them went to Notre Dame.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. When I saw the Seahawks draft that other running back, I said, "Where you went to school at? Notre Dame?" I said, "So time out. Ain't no way the 2 best running backs in the draft came from the same damn team."
Yeah,
you're not gonna be able to convince me that. Now, if this was, I ain't gonna lie, Rose. Now, if this was 05 and 04 and 06, when you had Lendell White and Reggie Bush in the same backfield, or if this was like the 2010s when you had Mark Ingram and Derrick Henry and Trent Richardson and all them boys in the same backfield, or Gurley and all them boys in Georgia, maybe. But nah, not in 2026, bro. Not in 2026.
Yeah, so those are my surprises.
Man, my favorite pick, two picks. You said one of them Bane to the Bucks, man. I like Bane. Like I don't give a fuck about them short arms. He produced. I watched that game when it was Miami versus Indiana. Bane dominated that game defensively, man. And he dominated throughout the whole playoffs, man. So, and in the playoffs, let's just be honest. If you can dominate in the college football playoffs, you're facing basically NFL caliber players. So those are basically the caliber of left tackles and right tackles he's going to face. Hey, man, I like that for the Bucks, man. And I hate saying that because I'm a Falcons fan. I text Rose, man, I hate the fact the Bucks got this pick, bro, because now I got to root for this nigga to be sorry. And I don't think he's going to be sorry.
I was like, yeah, we got to see him 2 times a year.
Exactly. But my favorite pick in the draft, and I hate to say it because I don't like this team, Caleb Downs to the Cowboys. That was probably the second or third best player in this draft. The Cowboys got him like what, at number 14, number 13 or something? They got him in the
11.
teens.
I thought it was 11. No.
Was the Cowboys drafting 11? I don't remember if the Cowboys was drafting. They could have been drafting 11. But like the fact that the Cowboys was able to get him, and it was like basically
it was 11.
It was 11. Okay, the fact the Cowboys was able to get him at 11, man, I thought that was a top 10 player right there, man. So to me, like, woof, that was a great pick by them, man. That was a very great pick. As far as surprising picks, it's the same one you said. The Chiefs getting Mansour at 9 because they got Mansour. Had they got him at 9, I'd be like, cool. It was the fact that they traded up to get a nigga that was supposed to go 14th. Mm-hmm. So you traded up to 6 from 9 to get him. Ain't nobody, like Rose texted me, ain't nobody was checking that for that nigga. No. Nobody was checking for that nigga. You could have stayed at 9, but it was a good trade for the Browns. And then also, man, Love going to the Cardinals. That kind of surprised me, man, because it's just, you restructured James Conner deal. You signed Tyler Algier. You got rid of your quarterback. I just thought they would have went defense. Like once the Jets decided to go Bailey, and you had a chance to get Albert Reese, which could have transformed your defense over the next couple of years, I just thought you'd rather do that because you don't have a quarterback right now. So it's like, now I'm gonna say this: the way I feel about this pick will change next year if they get a top 5 pick, Rose, in the draft, and they're able to get a quarterback that we believe in, then I love this pick because you're setting that young quarterback for success. But I just feel like Love and the rest of the pieces of that offense is going to be too good for you to be drafting top 5 next year. But, that surprised me. That surprised me, man. As far as players who went too early and players who dropped too far, I mean, it's in the same line, man. Like, I just feel like Mansour went way too early. I don't feel like he should have went number 6. And I feel like Bane dropping to, what was it, 14, 15? Mm-hmm. I just feel like I don't give a fuck about the short arms, man. Like, he should have been at least top 12.
Yeah. Top 10, if you ask me. I hope he out. But he can have a couple of sacks against the Falcons. I don't care. And I hope he outplays all the other boys, Reese and the other guy, because I watched the games, and every game I watched him play 5 games this year, Bane, and he destroyed and wrecked each game. I watched other games. I watched Ohio State play games. I don't even know who this guy Reese is.
But can I be honest? The only player that popped up to screen for Ohio State was Downs. So when people started saying Ohio State got all these defensive players, I'm like, where the fuck they came from? Because then when I watch the game, Downs the only nigga I be seeing.
Hey.
And then Downs went after all these niggas.
Hey, I don't know.
But yeah, though, man. So as far as like the team that you feel like had the best and the worst draft, and it's only the first round, but just off of the first round.
The Jets and the Giants, I feel, had the really good drafts in that first round. They picked up some players. They filled some needs, and they picked up some really good players. The 2 teams that I think had the worst draft in the first round, we're talking about first round, the Rams and the Steelers. The Rams picking
Yeah, those picks was kind of weird, wasn't they?
Yeah.
That Rams pick, and then to hear Sean McVay talk the next day, it seemed like he wasn't for that pick.
Mm-hmm.
And then the
Because
how's
that going to help you win today? Because they trying to win the Super Bowl.
Especially when you say F them picks and you basically use a draft pick to draft somebody that's going to be the quarterback 4 years from now.
Yes. Like, they needed somebody that can because they had a chance to get some good players.
They could have got Bang.
They asked the players to get some good players.
They could have got Bang. They could have got Makai Lemon, another receiver.
So I'm like, whoa. But hey, they get paid millions of dollars to do this. We don't.
Yeah, for sure. Man, the worst drafts, man, it was the Giants, man. And I like the Alvin Reese pick, but to me, you could have got Alvin Reese and Bangs, or you could have got Alvin Reese and Downs.
Mm-hmm.
And you drafted an offensive lineman. I'm not saying you don't need help on offensive line, but none of these offensive linemen in this draft to me are like transformative. Like they're just good offensive linemen, So to me, if you give me Alvin Reese, which people thought was probably the best defensive player with the most talent, and then you give me, Downs or Bang, man, I'm loving that, bro. My defense, we locked and loaded. So that was bad. Also, man, the best picks, the best two teams who had the best drafts was the Browns and Dallas. And the reason why I feel like they had the best, man, I'm really high on Caleb Downs. And the Cowboys defense has been so bad the last couple of years. I feel like he's gonna come in day one and change that secondary. And teams aren't gonna just throw the ball willy-nilly on the Cowboys like they have the last couple of years. But the Browns, man, with the first round they had, they drafted the left tackle Fano. They drafted the receiver Casey Concepcion. They needed to rebuild that receiving core. Jerry Jeudy, your ass is gone. Because just a few moments ago in the second round, I know this is the first round, man, the goddamn Browns drafted Denzel Boston, who I felt like was a first round receiver. So like the Browns right now, they're drafting the right way. They're building that team the right way. Like to me, that would be like my biggest winner of the draft would be them. And the fact they did that. Getting close to wrapping up, like what were some of the key moves in this first round that we saw yesterday? And when I say key moves, not just necessarily draft picks in terms of just the players, but how would those picks affect the teams at least this season coming forward?
Yeah, some of the key moves. Dallas making a trade with Philly, so Philly can get a dog and a wide receiver, knowing you got to play them twice a year.
McCollum is really good, man. He's really good. So you're right about that. The McCollum is a dog.
Yeah, so it's like you trade.
And you're making it easier for them to trade A.J. Brown because now you got McCollum and now they can trade A.J. Brown.
It's like, how you supposed to be helping this guy? You supposed to be fighting him. But you helping him.
It's a new NFL. 20 years ago, they would never do that.
Yes. That was, and then in the Cardinals picking their pick, I thought they should have traded it. The third pick, I thought they should have traded it. That was surprising. When they kept it out, that was surprising.
Yeah, they should have traded back if they was going to do that, and they could have just got more picks.
Yeah, and KC, like I already talked about it. I thought that was that I just didn't understand it, but some other ones like you said, Mendoza going to. I think that was a good one. I think that's a good move for the Raiders. Them picking them, and then I think that's probably. I think we ain't got too much of that.
Yeah, I got two key moves, and both my key moves ain't necessarily the players themselves. Mm-hmm. It's how the players is going to affect the team. The first one's the Rams. Mm-hmm. Them getting Ty Simpson. Does this put a clock on Matthew Stafford's career now? Because Matthew Stafford probably had another 2 years left. Is this the Rams telling him, hey, bro, this your last season with us? And after that, we get ready for the future. Because to me, that was just kind of surprising to see that when you got a quarterback that just won the league MVP, Rose, who's probably playing some of the best football he's played in his entire career, and instead of you draft an offensive lineman or a receiver, to continue to aid him so he can continue to look like an MVP caliber quarterback, you draft basically what we see as his replacement. And I'm not even mad at that move because the Packers been doing that for decades. I'm just kind of perplexed because this has not been your MO. And then this biggest move of the draft, as soon as it happened, you talked on it. When the Eagles made the trade with the Cowboys and drafted McCall Lemon, my first thought was, well, AJ Brown gone. AJ Brown gone. All that bullshit they've been saying for the last couple of months saying, oh no, we love AJ Brown and he gonna be an Eagle. No, man, that nigga gone, bro. Because there's not enough balls for AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. They got a good tight end, Saquon Barkley, and now Mekhi Lemon, who we both agree is a dog. Like, he's good enough to play in the NFL today. He's good enough to start. So, yeah, man, I'm curious to see. I think in the next week or two, we're going to see breaking news, A.J. Brown going to the Patriots or A.J. Brown going to, if the Ravens don't pick up a receiver, maybe he go to the Ravens or somebody. But A.J. Brown going to go somewhere, though, man. He getting traded.
Yeah, according to Adam Scheffler, that pretty much after June 1st, it's already an agreement that he's getting traded to the Patriots.
Okay, then.
But it was something in the workings of their contract or something with the league or something that they didn't want to do it or they couldn't do it or they can't do it. Maybe some kind of deal with money or something. I don't know.
That makes sense though.
But it's already agreed upon that he's getting traded to the Patriots.
Because when you look at this pick, this is not the draft pick you make when you got 2 Pro Bowl receivers. You make this draft pick when you need a receiver. So that makes sense that the deal is already in place. And then just to wrap it up, man, like, the first round is great, but there's players that's, going to get drafted over the next couple of days. And some of the best available players to me that I feel like most of these players should win the first round. You talked about him last night when we was texting. Jamar McCoy, the cornerback from Tennessee. Mm-hmm. Like, the fact that it was 2 other cornerbacks that got drafted before him, and then there was a cornerback on his own team that got drafted early in the second round. Like, people must really be afraid of that injury. But this is an injury that happened in 2025. So, like, to me, like, if a team can get him, they'll get him to steal because he probably really is the best corner in the draft. It was just injury concerns. Denzel Boston, who just went to the Browns a few moments ago, like I said, I thought he was a top 20 pick. Like, I thought he was really talented. He's the biggest receiver in this draft. He's 6'4", 230. Like, he's a big receiver. And in this NFL, we see that when you get to the red zone, you need them bigger body receivers that can win in the red zone. And to me, like, man, the fact the Browns got him, man, in the second round, man, that was great. That was a great pickup. And then lastly, I'm not gonna say this dude should have been in the first round, Rose, but you led the best defense last year in college football. You was up for the Heisman last year, and you played linebacker, Jacob Rodriguez, like, from Texas Tech. Why is he still available? Like, why is he still available? Like, at some point in time, doesn't production mean something? Like, he was up for the Heisman last year. They had the best defense in Texas Tech. I saw a couple of Texas Tech games, and he looked like a very good player, and he looked like he could cover, looked like he could tackle, he ran on the sideline. Like, teams don't need linebackers no more?
I don't know, because I know one of the linebackers that was up for the Heisman, maybe he got a fake girlfriend.
Oh,
I don't know.
Maybe so.
I don't know. Maybe that's probably what it is. I don't know. Maybe he might like boys.
He might like boys.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But my best player is AJ Terrell's little brother. You know what I'm saying? Caden McDonald. He got drafted already in the second round, and Branch and CJ Allen from Georgia.
Them Georgia boys.
Mm-hmm. They another one of the Georgia boys already got drafted in the second round. But yeah, those are some picks that I think are pretty good that's available.
Any final thoughts, Rose?
No, not right now. No final thoughts.
Only thing I got is, man, I love the draft. I watch the draft every year, man. And I think what makes the draft so special is 32 teams that, fan bases have hope that we're going to draft somebody that could be a star in the future. And at the end of the day, whether a player go first round or get drafted in the second round, Rose, you and me been watching football a long time. it don't matter where you get drafted. What do you do with it? Because there's going to be one or two players like a Brock Purdy. They go undrafted. Well, Brock Purdy went like the very last pick in the draft. But there's going to be players that go undrafted that's going to make a team and make millions of dollars. So, you know, hey, everyone just keep doing what you're doing and enjoy the rest of the draft. Shout out to the Mamba.
Gotta.
Mr. DJ Rose, Vert Keezy, and C's, welcome you to the No More Black Tears podcast.
Black tears that's heaven sent. Barack the first black president. I love my black skin. I love walking in black excellence. Black power, let's represent. All black, that's evident. I'm sure MLK and Malcolm X both didn't die for the hell of it. Strap your seatbelt, go and settle land. What makes you think that we would sell our land? We wouldn't sell our land. What makes you think that we would go ahead and try to sell out then? No more black tears, black on black kids. Love us as is, love with passion. Paying black bills, learning black skills, making black meals. Black is backing. Big shout out to Fred Hampton. I'm black and proud like I'm James Brown, but I ain't doing no acting. My people here from the motherland. This podcast now active.